Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Rainboom coming at you right now. I'm posting this up on my Rainboom channel because, it's something that I feel the rest of the syndicate doesn't really need to know about. But especially because it's my own personal feelings about the cease and desist letter sent by Hasbro to the developers at Main 6 who are working on that awesome, incredibly bitchin' video game. Fighting is Magic, and I actually found one of my friends sent me the leaked demo of it, and oh my god, it was just. I mean, yeah, it had some bugs in it, which is to be expected from a stolen demo, but oh my god, it was probably one of the greatest fighting games I've ever played, and that's that's being that's pushing my bias aside from being a brony. Even if I wasn't a brony, I would still think this game was freaking amazing. So, as many of you now know, sad day for the brony community a couple days ago when the developing team of Fighting is Magic Main 6 received a cease and desist letter from Hasbro forcing them to shut down production completely of Fighting is Magic. And bronies everywhere are like face hoofing and crying in their palms about this game not being able to be made because Hasbro's shutting it down. And I too thought it was a bit ridiculous at first, but then I just literally just a few minutes ago read the Equestria Daily article looking at it from a legal standpoint, and I gotta agree with Seth here. I mean, as much as we bronies try to believe that My Little Pony is for us and Hasbro is catering to us, and it's very easy to assume that with all the fan service we've seen in Season 3 so far, with with the return of Trixie, the return of Discord, all these like general things that the brony community has created and kind of done their own memes off of, and they're now being officially recognized in the show. With all that stuff going on, it's really easy to forget that My Little Pony will never be, ever be, a franchise for us bronies. It will never, ever be that. Its target audience will always be young girls. And we're just going to have to accept that. I mean, if we're really true bronies, we can, learn to love and tolerate that and just be like, you know what, Hasbro, we look at this as a magical gift from the ponies above. But in all reality, it's just a financial investment for your company. That's all it really is. So after reading this article, I gotta agree with Seth that they did the right thing, and it was never about copyrights. It was never about feeling like we were stealing profits from them. The main thing it was about was protecting their franchise's image. I mean, think about it. If you're a company that creates something specifically designed for little girls, and then this competing thing comes out of nowhere and gains all this popularity, and it depicts your characters from your franchise beating the living crap out of each other. Is that something that you want your franchise to stand behind and be and accept? And when you look at it that way, I mean, yeah, it's easy to see why Hasbro kind of slammed the hammer down on this game being made. And thank I I want to give a big thank you to Lauren Faust. She is just a saint. Because, as many of you know, on her Twitter account, I actually saw the tweet myself before it made any public headlines. But Lauren Faust officially sent a message to the main 6 dev team and said, you know what, guys, I'm really, really sorry this happened to you. Let me help you out. And she agreed to, for free, do a bunch of character designs, a bunch of OC designs that the main 6 could use to create new characters for the game, create new sprites. So thank the heavens above for Lauren Faust, because she's just one of the most amazing women on Earth, and I think she needs to be immortalized in some kind of statue somewhere, because she's up there with like Gandhi and Mother Teresa as far as I'm concerned. My personal opinion on it is it sucks that we're that lately Hasbro's kind of been turning, especially like with the latest I want to say with like the second half of season 3. From there on, Hasbro's kind of been turning a deaf ear to the bronies and kind of pushing us away. I feel like they want to take their franchise elsewhere. And this is my theory on it. My theory on it is that because the community has gotten so big, they're not looking at it as who's making up the community. They're looking at it as how big the community is as a whole. And they're looking at all these like investors out there are looking at how big this community is, and they have dollar signs in their eyes. They're ready to throw their chips in and make a profit off of this community. And when these investors find out that this community is made up of a bunch of older guys and girls, they're like, I don't know if I really want to get behind that. But Hasbro, seeing the opportunity to make lots of money, is trying to push us out the door and say, "Oh, we don't know those guys. Come, give us your money. Those guys, don't worry about those guys. They're crazy. They don't know what they're doing. So come, give us your money." So I think that's what's going on here. And as many of you also know, the recent decision to make Twilight into an Alicorn princess at the end of season 3, which bronies everywhere just flipped out about. I mean, this is even bigger than the Derpy censorship. This was massive. And, you know, at first I was outraged. I was so close to just leaving the fandom. I was majorly close. But then I'm like, you know what? My Little Pony has been good so far with every change they've made. And every wrong turn they've made hasn't killed the fandom. It hasn't. And people were worried that this was going to kill the fandom. I'm starting to think it won't. And I'm going to put my trust that M.A. Larson took the time to make Twilight as Alicorn princess, make the character really good and still likable. It said that she's still going to remain the same, and she's, going to still hang out with her friends, and nothing's really going to change other than the fact that she's an Alicorn, and will now also have to deal with keeping Equestria in a state of peace. Which, I mean, when you think about it, that's going to add a whole new storyline, a whole new list of things that can happen. So, where she tries to balance her friends with her responsibilities as a princess. So I think it's gonna turn out for the better, you guys. And the writers may decide, you know what? we're not going to try to stress too much that she's an alicorn, which would be nice. I mean, I don't want them to kind of cram it down my throat and say, hey, look, she's changed. She's an alicorn. Look at this. I'm gonna hope that they kind of just keep the fact that she's an alicorn down to a minimum, and only remind us when it's absolutely necessary. But it shouldn't be too bad. I believe that M.A. Larson has done a good job with this character, and I put my little I believe in M.A. Larson button on my Twitter account. If you want one yourself, I'll put a link down in the description to get your own button. Pixel Kitty made it, which Pixel Kitty's awesome. Big shout out to Pixel Kitty. So yeah, I mean, you guys, even though it seems like Hasbro's trying to push us out the door and kind of turn itself off from the Brony community, I feel that they're only doing this because this is the prime time for investment. Around the time of late winter, early spring, that's when all the investors get together for all the big companies around the world, and it's the beginning of the fiscal. I believe it's like the beginning of the fiscal quarter or something like that. So they're like, all right, you know what? What are we gonna do to make this franchise bigger and more profitable? And that's what they're doing. So if that means turning off from the Bronies for a little while and ignoring our fandom for just this little bit, then I say go ahead, because if that's what Hasbro needs to do to keep this franchise going, then by all means go and do it. Because this franchise, it may mean to them simply just a profit, but it means way more to me. So whatever they have to do to keep it going, do it. So since I'm running out of time here, I'll just end by saying, believe in Hasbro, you guys. Believe in the hub. Believe in the staff of My Little Pony. And although they're kind of treating us bronies like crap now, don't worry. I'm pretty sure it'll get better, and we shouldn't have to worry about it. So make sure you check out my new songs. I've been up for like the past 2 days making songs. This is crazy how I'm like a song making rampage right now. But I have 2 new songs that are coming out. The first being this song I did for this compilation album, Mi Amore, the compilation album's called Sounds of Crystal Empire, but the song's called Mi Amore Cadenza. It's actually going to be the first track on the album, which I think is awesome. And that's coming out March 3rd on Sounds of the Crystal Empire.bandcamp.com. So go and check that out when it comes out. And also, as soon as I can get my internet able to upload, I'm uploading my remix of Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. So you get a little bit country up in here. So go and check that out. I'll put that up on my Equestrian Beats thing profile, which I find myself using a lot now. Instead of Bandcamp, I think it's easier to upload to EQ Beats. So go and check that out. Both of those out on EQ Beats. Download the new album when it comes out March 3rd at 3:30 p.m. I guess 3 is a magic number or something. So go and check that out. I'm out. I'm going to watch the new My Little Pony episodes. The whole reason why I went on Equestria Daily in the first place. So I'm going to watch that. And I will see you guys later. Before I go, though, I want to give a big shout-out to my good friend Brony Curious up on DeviantArt. Go check him out if you haven't. BronyCurious.deviantart.com. Too lazy to post a link, so just go and put that in there. So long, guys. I'm Rainboom for the Brony Syndicate. Rock swag, Buck Mares, get money. You know what it is. Peace. I'm out.